Leah Salmon, Natural You Coach from the naturalyounetwork.com, and today I thought I'd share with you my highlights from the last 12 months. My food highlights this year. So these are foods that I've never tried before this year, and that I've really loved have been coconut. I've been doing loads of things with fresh coconuts and not the jelly coconuts, well, some jelly coconuts, but mainly the mature coconuts. So I've been making my own coconut milk, which has been lovely. I've been using that milk to make a coconut fish curry, which has been really lovely. That I've been having. And with the jelly coconut, I started making kefir this year as well, because there's a lot of debate about whether dried probiotic supplements actually, the freeze-dried ones actually survive the gut because they need to be reactivated and things like that. I thought I'd get a nice or a better source of kind of live probiotics, so I started making my own kefir, and I really enjoyed that. It's a nice fizzy drink that we have when it's really fermented, that we've been enjoying. Another thing that I made for the very first time this year was a frittata. I'd never made a frittata before, and I really enjoyed that this year. I've made cheesecakes before, but the tropical cheesecake that you've probably seen pictures of, and there's a video of my husband decorating it, that was delicious this year. And the quinoa porridge that I got from Hebrew Baby from Shama Prior, I've been really enjoying that this year as well. My favorite YouTube channels this year have got to be Sean Croxton on Underground Wellness, definitely Shama Prior on Hebrew Baby, and Kevin Gianni on the Renegade Health Show. My favorite aromatherapy oils this year, because I've been getting back into aromatherapy oils and herbal medicines as well. So my aromatherapy oils, my favorite ones are definitely oregano, geranium, sweet orange, and lavender. I've loved those guys. I love those. I use them in loads of things now as well. I've been getting into natural alternatives to cleaning products, so soaps and skin cleansers, washing up liquids, things to wash the clothes with. So I've been using a lot of soap pods, borax, bicarbonate of soda, vinegar, white vinegar, and some lemon as well. I've been using all of those things to clean with, and it's been quite an experience. It's been interesting getting used to using those kind of products, so that's been fun. The highlights of the last 12 months for me was giving birth to my son. I have 3 daughters, and I had a son who was my second child in 2005, and he passed on in 2006. So even though I absolutely love my daughters, they are the most beautiful things on the planet, in my opinion, it was lovely to have another boy again. And I do feel a little bit more complete now that he's come. I don't know if I will have any more children. I don't think anyone really knows. Some people don't plan. We certainly don't plan. I didn't think I was going to have 1, and here I am with 4. But yeah, I feel our family is a little bit more complete now that our second son is here. So that's definitely been a highlight of 2010. The lessons that I've learned this year are that the power of silence is incredible. Sometimes when you overanalyze something or you talk about something too much, you can overcomplicate something very simple, and you can lose a very precious lesson. Whereas if you had just absorbed a situation and ponder on it in silence, you'll be surprised what answers come to you if you just allow yourself some time to process it on your own, sometimes without people talking at you and trying to give you their opinion of things. Really tuning into yourself and just doing some self-analysis on yourself and a situation can be one of the most powerful things you can do to overcome obstacles in your life, or obstacles are, in my opinion, always, and many people's opinion, they're like lessons and tests for you. So they should be things that are embraced and not feared or seen as an inconvenience. They're tests, and they definitely help you to grow and improve your life in general. Alright, now having said that, there is definitely a place for talking and airing things out. If you're having a disagreement with someone, or someone's done something to you to upset you, the worst thing you can do is have your conversation in your brain with that person without ever having that conversation with the person. Because when you're having that conversation in your brain, it normally goes worse. Oh, he did this because of that, and she really wanted to hurt me, and he really knew that that was going to upset me. And you don't really know any of that is true. It's the conversation you're having in your brain. Always air things out. When you're having disagreements with other people, always speak to the person. Don't let that internal dialogue you're having with yourself get you to a conclusion that's probably going to be the worst case scenario, as opposed to the reality. You're going to get to the reality of the situation and the conclusion to that situation by airing it out and speaking to the person that you're having difficulty with. Having that initial time of silence to to kind of just be still and be calm is good, but as soon as it becomes negative and you start talking for the other person, that's when you need to open that line of communication. And sometimes the best thing you can do initially is open up that line of communication with somebody else, instead of letting it sit with you and you start talking for them, because that's when it normally always goes downhill. So that's definitely something that I've learned in the last 12 months that has helped me help other people to really come to resolutions of things that they've held on to for years. Sometimes months, but sometimes literally years. Also, there's your version of the truth. As my teacher, Dr. Malachi York, says, there's your version of the truth, there's my version of the truth, and then there's the reality of the situation. When you always look at a situation from your perspective and you don't take the time to look at it from different vantage points, you're going to get stuck with your version of that truth. And looking at a situation from many different aspects can be so helpful in getting a fuller understanding of it. And sometimes when you flip the mirror and you're looking back at yourself and the way that you're reacting to a situation, it can be it's really good feedback for the way that you think sometimes, and can definitely change your perception of a particular situation and give you a lot more clarity around the situation as well. So that's definitely something that I've done a lot of work with people on, and on myself as well, about kind of becoming a more proactive about your own self and your own personal development, and instead of kind of sticking to your own ways and the things you've already done and always done, if you're looking to develop and improve yourself, that's definitely something that I would recommend, and something that I've learned in the last 12 months as well. The last thing that I've learned in the last 12 months is that it's never as hard as it seems. Whatever you think, whatever you're planning, and if there's any kind of negative energy around it, or you're thinking, gosh, I can't do that, it's going to be really difficult, it's never as difficult as it seems. I thought that there was no way I'd be able to put my whole family on raw food, even for a few days. The thought of doing it was just too complicated for me. I'm like, oh, they're not going to like it, my husband's not going to eat it, my children are going to starve, they're not going to want to eat it, they're not going to be able to chew it. And I'm on the other side of that now, because I actually did it. And when I did it, yeah, it was a little bit difficult for a few days, kind of getting used to things, but I actually did it. And one of the things I've learned this year is action is key. You either do something or you talk about it. Never just stay with that thought, it's going to be difficult, so I'm not going to do it. Just do it. Because you would be surprised how many times that it isn't actually as hard as you thought it was, and it feels so much better. It's sometimes really anticlimactic, like, was that it? Really, was that it? Like, for example, I fell out with my sister years, like over a decade ago. We didn't speak. And every time I would see my friends, they'd be like, oh, you're speaking to your sister yet? And I'm like, no, we still don't talk. And this year, at a family funeral, we actually spoke. And, we're back in some kind of communication again. And everyone that now asks me, oh, you're still speaking to your sister? I'm like, no, we're speaking now. It's like, oh, such an anticlimax. But I did it. It just, it happened. Or we did it. I guess she approached me first, so I have to definitely give her credit for that. We talk now. It's cool. It's never going to be really as hard as you think it's going to be. Honestly, trust me, hand on heart. Brownies, Cub Scout business is never as hard as you think it's going to be. And on a lighter note, to finish off, in the last 12 months, the music that I've enjoyed, the artists that have really entertained me this year have been Salmon Thompson. I have also really enjoyed the lovely Kerry Hilson this year. Neo's released some good tunes. What's that guy? What's his name? The one in Dreamgirls. Jamie Foxx. Love Jamie Foxx this year. And of course, the movies of the year. In fact, I don't even know if it was in the last 12 months, but Inception, definitely. I really enjoyed Avatar. That was probably the year before. But I did really like Avatar. And I watched the whole Matrix trilogy in one night. And I really enjoyed that. So those have been my highlights and my thoughts of the last 12 months. For everyone that celebrates this as their new year, Happy New Year. It is the 2nd of January, 2011. I hope the next 12 months is productive, and I hope to share with you my thoughts for the next 12 months this time next year. Take care and stay healthy.